Ladies and gents, welcome to a very quicksandy looking map. Can you imagine if this was actually quicksand? Oh my goodness. We've got some low elo action here. We've got Mecha 666 playing as the Khmer in the blue. And then in the red, we have juan-theviper. We've got someone named the Viper who, maybe a Viper fanboy or maybe, doesn't know who the Viper is at all. Viper's kind of good at Age of Empires too. Maybe this is Viper's low elo account. I don't know. But hey, it's Tootens over here for the Viper, which is what we'll be calling him. 399 elo versus 405. Now, I wish this was quicksand. That would be so cool. Like, I'm just waiting to see a unit run over this. It's a bit of a shame because I'm really tempted to clickbait the title and have it be like quicksand in AoE 2. But I think if nothing actually happened, that would be disappointing for many people watching out there. But can you imagine? That'd be super cool. Okay, so anyways, other aspects of the map. This is Mega Random. So Mega Random has given us an interesting gen. The players seem to be in a bit of a crater. Okay. And, oh, true. The colors are wrong. There we go. We have to make Viper yellow. Yes, true. All right, so the low elo Viper is now yellow. All right, so they're in a crater. You've got 2 boars. You've got berries. You've got gold. You've got some stone. There's actually not a lot of stone and gold on the map compared to other map generations. And it looks like 4 relics. And in the middle is just blank. I don't know if you can build in the middle. I feel like you can't build on that. Because I've seen all different types of generations over the years. Can you imagine, though, if there's actually quicksand in AoE 2? I mean, that might not be very fun to cast. Actually, it'd be strategic. Like, if you stayed out there for so long, your units would get stuck. Yeah, it'd be strategic. Like, you would never expect anyone to go through the middle, but if they had fast enough units, they could do it. But it's a dry lake in the middle is what it is. There used to be water here. Don't ask me how, because this would be the bed of said lake. And there's not much of a dip there. But it's fine. Or maybe it's like a dormant volcano. Oh. I have no other ideas. Anyways, let's see how the Viper's eco is looking. 4 houses at the start here for yellow. Both players focusing on their sheep. I notice blue really likes to kill all the goats. We've got a mill. We've got a lumber camp, which shows me that blue probably doesn't have the small trees. Let's just show you what I mean on that. There you go. It's a little far away. It's not a bad lumber camp by any stretch, though. And I really like the Khmer for low elo. I think being able to hop in houses would be really fun if a town bell over rings. The farms being efficient. Scorpions. Ballista elephants. There's some cool options. But I think the best thing about Khmer is not having to build the required buildings to go to the next stage. And not having to build certain buildings to unlock other buildings. So, that players forget stuff a lot. And just being able to have access to everything all the time is going to be really helpful here. Let's see. Is blue scared of the boars, though? Blue is just chopping trees. Blue isn't interested in taking boars. What about the Viper? Like the lumber camp. Look at the macro. 2 villagers on either side of the lumber camp for max efficiency. Oh, God. The scouts are running into each other. Awkward. Oh, Viper with the TC garrison. Oh, my God. The micro's insane. Hey, send your vills back to work. There we go. All right. Sheesh. I'm still very curious on if either player is going to bring in a boar here. 16-16 with the villagers. We have 1 kill for yellow. It's an intense, aggressive, low elo game. And blue loves the farms, I've noticed. Farm, 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 farm forever is blue's motto. Blue also didn't find these goats. There's 1 goat's kind of hiding in the shadows there. So that's 300 food that blue doesn't have, which is complicated things here. All right, here we go. The boar is underneath the TC now. Perfect boar lure. Oh, Oh, boy. Both boars. Wow. You don't even see Viper do this, but he's not really that good compared to this guy. All right, boar gets brought in. Save the Ville. Don't worry. Okay, there we go. Nice. Speaking of civs, though, like, Teutons are also really good for lower elo. Cheap farms, good infantry, good cavalry. I feel like archer play only tends to be more common in, like, mid-elo. Just because the micro aspect. And microing archers is really hard. Philster, what's up, man? He says, I've been trying to teach my friends from scratch on how to learn AoE 2. Might be playing at like 200 to 500 elo. Hopefully I can get them up to 800 elo, maybe. Nice. Well, I mean, it takes time with the game, as you know, right? The important thing is having fun. And I think a lot of people jumping straight into ranked is maybe too stressful and isn't as much fun. So maybe playing team games with them or like playing against AIs and all that is good experience. Holy house wall! He deleted! Bro! Hold on. So the guy who names himself after the GOAT of Age of Empires deletes his houses because he says, no. Wait a second. That doesn't look right. No, we don't want that. Right? So we're going to delete those houses, which are perfectly fine houses that is giving us pop space. And instead, we're going to make a mill there. And on second thought, let's just delete them all because we don't want houses near our mill. That's too awkward. So now he can't produce anything else. And now he wants to place the most optimal houses ever. And there he goes. A big old straight line of houses. We've got 13 houses, 14 houses, 15 houses. And that's pretty good for blue because blue's economy is going to be better. And also the scout for yellow is going to go down. So both players have lost their scout. Interesting. Interesting. The things that happen at this elo, I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what. But hey, that's going to be one heck of a house wall. Wonder how many houses it would take to wall the whole front. Also, isn't it so cool how you can zoom out? That's amazing. I love it. Also, it looks so much better with the big trees. Blue's on the way to feudal age with 21 villagers. Red has villagers in queue, but can't produce villagers because of the whole housing situation. And I think I said red because originally yellow was red. But we're the Viper, right? Is what I should have said. And okay, yellow's placing the walls. Guys, there's actually... Okay. I was going to say, it'd be really sad if there was a one-tile gap there. Yellow noticed that. So we have an arena from yellow. I'll see what the strategy will be for Mecha 666 on the other side. Didn't take any boars. Didn't have any interest in that. But most importantly, didn't delete houses. Both players like their pretty houses, though, in a line. Thank you for the reminder. I will try the Giga Trees mod after this. I think there's no better day to cast with massive trees than low elo legends. So we should try that next and see if it works with Capture Age. I like how there's a goat here. Just waiting. He's blocking all the villagers. That's a very goat thing to do. I've gone to petting zoos before. Goats are kind of nasty creatures. I mean, they're nice when you give them food, but they're like aggressive, and I feel like they don't give a crap about humans. Also, I believe there's a hole here. That is not a tree. That is just a graphic that the map gave the players. It should be. Yeah, there's other examples of it as well. What is that, like a tumbleweed or a dried up bush? Yeah, you can't get anything from it. All right, blue's worried, right? The scout died a long time ago. The blue has no clue what the enemy's up to. Blue goes for the farm upgrade, wheelbarrow, wood upgrade, all those things right away. That's really good for blue's economy. What are you talking about? Goats are cute. Well, it depends on the goat, actually. So I had a friend, as we see another layer of walls here from yellow, growing up who had 2 goats, and they were actually pretty cool. Would you guys like to hear a goat story? Because I know this game is moving fast, but we might have time for it. So it's not so much as a goat story as a dog story, actually. I'm going to tell you anyways. As we have a very symmetrical base. Oh my god, a gate on either side. Barracks on either side. The mill's kind of central. All right, interesting. Okay, so I kind of grew up in the country, right? And my family wasn't like super country, as we see these units heading out here to the dried up lake. But, you know, I had some friends who were a bit further out in the sticks, as we called it. And so my one buddy, John, shout out to John if he ever hears about this. He had a, this doesn't even sound real, but it's true. They had a dog named Sally. And Sally was a Australian Shepherd. I think it was Australian Shepherd Border Collie mix. But Australian Shepherds and Border Collies are amazing dogs if you don't know about them. They're very good dogs, and they're some of the cutest. And when I get a dog someday, it might be one of those two breeds. But anyways. And so their dog failed the sheep herding school. So, like, basically the dog was too nice. And, like, herder dogs, they're supposed to, like, tend to the sheep or the goats or whatever, right? And so what they said is, like, the reason they got her is because she would just keep going up to people to get pet, even though she was really good at her job. She was just too nice to people to be good at that. Gotta love how Blue is trying to protect this middle useless area. But, I mean, it's a good position to have if you think someone's going to be aggressive. So anyways, you know, like, sometimes... So what they would do, they had, like, a fair amount of grass on the property, and they would let their two goats out. I don't remember the goats' names. And the goats would just eat the grass. So it was like killing two birds with one stone. They wouldn't have to mow as much grass, and then the goats would get fed. That was just the thing. So we'd just be, like, inside playing Halo, and then we'd have to, like, go, you know, bring the dog back in or whatever, and we have to make sure that Sally tended to the goats and put the goats back in, like, their goat area. They had, like, this, like half an acre area for the goats. Maybe not half an acre. But anyways, they had an area for the goats. So what we would say was, we'd say, Sally, goats. And Sally would just get up, run to the goats, and herd these things back into the pen. It was actually really freaking cool. Well, they had like a 2-story home, and at the back of their house was this deck area where they'd have the grill and picnic table and whatnot. And then there was the 2-story wooden stairway that would go down to their backyard. Okay? And so Sally was a very obedient dog. And a crazy dog. And I guess, like, as she got older, her brain didn't think about things as much. I don't know exactly what happened. This part of the story is kind of sad. But we go, Sally, goats. And Sally's standing next to us on the top deck, which was common. And she jumps off the deck. 2 stories. She goes, not just off the deck, she jumped from the picnic table, which was on the deck. So she went, like, from the ground, off the picnic table, launches off 2 stories, lands in the grass, hurts herself, and then, like, she hadn't herded the goats yet. So she's, like, this poor girl is, like, waddling around and, like, dragging her back foot as she gets the goats back into the pen. And they listen to her, too. She broke her leg. And she got her leg tended to. And she didn't even, like, care. She got her leg fixed. And then, you know, she eventually was fine. And then we always knew, like, next time we tell Sally to herd the goats, maybe make sure she's not in the second story. So it was sad for Sally as she hurt her leg, but she never cared. She never whimpered. She never did anything. We're just like... we like went to his parents. It was like, yeah, that dog's hurt, you know? So yeah, shout out to Sally. Sally is probably long since gone. It's been, I don't know, like, how old was I? 10? When did Halo 2 come out? Does anyone remember when Halo 2 came out? I think it was the year that Halo 2 came out. Whatever year that was. But yeah, shout out to Sally. That's my only goat story I have, because my buddy had goats. And that's pretty much all we've been able to talk about, because these guys have just been chilling here, so... So sad for Sally that the whole leg thing happened. But again, the dog wasn't sad about it. The dog was fine. Just way too obedient, I guess. As we have the Viper. Now in Castle Age. And is going to drop a second TC here with the Tootens. 2004. Okay, so I was close. 20 years ago. Yeah, and Sally was like... Sally was already like 11 or 12 at that time. Well... Anyways, yeah, why were we talking about goats, actually? Like, I know the Viper's here. We're not talking about that type of goat. Was it these goats? I think it was these goats. Yeah, I guess so. Blue's controlling the middle with some archers, some man-at-arms, some spearmen. Doesn't seem to really want to attack. This still makes me think you can't build in the middle, by the way, because of where blue has made these buildings. We have a little patrolling force here for blue, looking for other areas of the map. That'll be important. Looks like blue did that over here as well. There was a goat standing in the path of the villagers, T90. Okay, I've forgotten already. Looks like we will have knights for yellow, and of course they're going to meet in the middle. Of course. The battlefield. The dried up lake. And here goes yellow. Now, yellow might be trying to get revenge for that scout. It looks like yellow's heading right back over there. 2 spearmen and 2 knights walk to a wood line. Blue not paying close attention to that. And that could hurt blue massively, especially because blue doesn't have loom. Blue is going to drop a second town center over here, and that's a really good town center spot. But yeah, I mean, it's not going to be good if villagers without loom are hit by knights. Oh, shoot. No way. I think yellow's trying to be sneaky and go to the edge of the map. Oh, boy. Okay, let's see how aware yellow is. Okay. Yellow saw it. And blue reacted. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Villagers are very quick because of handcart. And toons don't have husbandry. Run, villagers. Run for your lives. Run for your lives. No way. Only 1 villager has died. And blue is aware. Dang. Impressive. Okay, so yellow's now running away. There's a knight here next to the relic. And blue thwarts that attack like it's nothing. Beautiful. Is it bad that I kind of want goats now? Like, that's kind of in my life goals. Get a bunch of land with goats and a dog named Sally. Maybe I shouldn't name the dog Sally. That sounds pretty cool. No town bell from blue. Yeah, it's interesting. No loom either. So blue doesn't like to do anything with the town center besides the eco upgrade part. Maybe people will have goat stories in the YouTube comments too. Yellow's economy is going to be looking better here, I think, with the vills with 3 TCs. Yeah, this TC is going to go up now. And these guys are just going to loop on home now. This is going to be a long game, though, guys. This is going to be a really long game. Thanks for hanging out with me. And, you know, low elo, anything can happen. Something tells me, though, that, like, blue doesn't really know what's good. So, blue is just making a little bit of everything. Which is always a worrying sign in the long run. Name your goats after AoE technologies. Would it be bad, like, if I ever become a father, would it be bad if I'd named my son Murder Holes? Would I get bad look? Would I get weird looks? Would he get made fun of? Yeah, that's probably not the smartest move. Supplies, maybe a little less weird. You guys are giving me ideas now, you know? Handcart combined with Khmer farming makes this economy as good as it could get for blue, right? Handcart doesn't affect the farmers for Khmer because they don't have to drop off the food anywhere, but it affects the other resources. Okay, there's now a very long story about a lawyer, and that message is far too long for me. Also, I'm going to change chat color on screen because that's annoying, and I just realized it. Just give it a little refresh there. Heated shot. Well, my fiance is trying to convince us to get another cat, or convince me to get another cat. What do you guys think about it? What does chat think about it? Getting a third cat. I know what chat's gonna say. 5 TC boom from the Viper here. 16 villagers in queue. Obviously, we changed yellow to, the Viper here to yellow. because that's what the real Viper would do. No, 2 is already too many. No cat, get a dog. Get a dog. Cats are life. Too many cats. Can't have too many cats. Well, I'm surprised that you guys are saying... I thought everyone... Like, normally the way viewers are with streamers and content creators, it's like always a yes, so they can get another story out of it. But a lot of you guys are like, yeah, you've got 2 already. That's a pretty reasonable number. Not all of you. I say no to a 3rd because our cats are basically dogs. They play fetch. You need to give them time and attention. You need to play with them. Otherwise, they're meowing and bothering you. They like... I'm not even kidding. They slobber on us. Like Bo, our big cat. He... Not only is he always trying to, like, get lap time, chest time, but he nudges and rubs. If you're not petting him, he gives you little bumps on the face to remind you he's there. He slobbers on you when he's happy, like... And, you know, they're just very active. Like, they're basically... I've had dogs before. I've also had cats. I've never had cats like these 2. So, that's my thing. I'm like, we're very busy. I don't want a 3rd cat. Also, I'm pretty sure the 2 cats we have would gang up and beat up whatever new cat we would get. They would absolutely do that. Yeah. And I have a weird hang-up about dogs, so I really want a dog someday. But I don't, like, where I grew up, I had, like, a sizable yard and an area to take them out my backyard to, like, you know, throw frisbee or whatever else. And so, you know, you don't have a lot of that in the state that I live in. And I just have a weird hang-up about that with dogs. It's like, I want that. If I have a dog, I don't have that, so I don't want a dog yet. Does that make sense? Like, it's a little weird. It's not like we can go to a park. There's a park close by, and, you know, I can still do things with the dog, but that's me. But the main thing, and that is funny, actually, get a cat, name it Perfusion. The main thing for me about a dog is, even though I say my cats are dogs, the dogs require more attention, and I put so much time and energy into my content. I would not be a good dog dad unless I were to step off the content, so, which I'm not going to do at this stage of my life. Maybe in a few years I settle down a little bit more, and I'm not streaming like 40 hours a week and hosting tons of events and having multiple YouTube channels and everything that comes along with that. But, and by the way, I'm not saying I'm retiring. I just, you know, I might do like 25 hours a week at some point and still have awesome YouTube uploads and put a little bit more time into YouTube and whatever. So, yeah, we also travel a lot too, right? So, like, having a dog would be bad if we're traveling all the time, for sure. Guys, we've had 5 kills this game. We've talked about goats, dogs, cats. But this has been a very long game with very little action. But there's time for eco and there's time for fighting. And the time for fighting is here. According to yellow anyways. And blue's going to go for this little side attack. And probably wants to pressure this area of yellow space. This will get really interesting. I just thought about how many flights I'm taking this year. And it's crazy. I have a trip that I am going on with friends for, it's a bachelor party trip in February. I'll be in Germany in March. It's likely I will be a couple hours north and be flying in April. I'm going back home to family in the summer. And then I don't know how many Australian viewers we have out there, but there's a very good chance I'll actually be in Australia in July. And then who even knows about the end of the year? Basically, fiance is going to be in Australia, and if she's going to be in Australia, she's like, we should make a vacation out of it, and you should come. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be there. So I haven't figured it out yet, but she really wants me to go. And I don't know when else I'm going to go, so I might end up doing that, but it sounds like a lot. Blue wants to finish this monastery, but is very scared at the moment. It's at 99%. Ugh, run away. Quickly, run away. Oh, making a monk. Okay, shh. Oh, wait. Oh, they're so scared. Should they fight it? Oh, nope. Here comes the small military force. Big army. Like, I really like the pikeman knight combination. It's one of the best combinations you could have. Knight crossbow is probably the other composition that's arguably better than that, depending on micro and all that. Are we ever going to see imp for either player? So, gotta love the numbers here for blue. 15, 14, 12, 10, 1, 5. Interesting. Blue clearly going to get that relic. And, you know, food count's really high right now. The woman says go, so you go. No, it's not how it works. Everyone's opinion matters equally. For me, the big thing is just, so I think we're going to have to sort it out and have a discussion on it. But she's going for a conference. I don't want to be there for 6 days of the conference, so I think we'd have to stagger our flights. So I would be there to, you know, if I'm going all the way to Australia, which is a very long trip, I want to stay and I want to experience as much of it as possible, because you're only going to get to go there so many times. I mean, for me, I've always thought of Australia as like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Going when I'm 30 means that, you know, I've still got time later to go back, in theory, later on in life. But you never know. So when I'm there, I want to make the most of it. And I think that, you know, she's not going to get called there for a conference a lot throughout her career either. So I think it's something that maybe we should take advantage of. But, you know, there's just like the old man in me that's just like, oh, I got to do so much work. And, oh, it's like 25-hour flight. So we'll see. But I think, yeah, seeing the reef would be awesome. I might actually get dive certified before we go. I think that would make sense. I thought we were going to see a fight. Yellow is now making another line of houses here. A castle in an area that I think blue wanted to push eventually. We still haven't seen imp for either player. Also, happy birthday, Lewis. How many TCs is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 town centers in this game from this player. Meanwhile, you've got 1, 2 from this player. Yellow is pulled ahead with economy. Both players on the imp at the same time. Are you kidding? After everything, they're really imping at the same time. That's wild, man. I would love to see full ballista elephants. Like 20, 30 ballista elephants, bunch of castles. I think it'd actually be kind of awkward for Yellow to deal with. We'll see. I think we're going to have an epic battle, though, right? Like, there are some low elo games that it's just one fight and the game is over. I don't know if that's going to be this way. Like, the way Blue's playing tells me Blue's going to have some fight. And Yellow is fortified a lot, and Yellow's making a lot of army, so. Experiences with loved ones greater than everything else. Yeah, I think it'd be a great time when I'm there, and, you know, I'm only getting older, right? And you know, it's hard for us to know what life's going to look like for us and whatnot, in the future, and, you know, it's like, sometimes if there's an opportunity for something, I feel like you just got to take it, because then life might pass you by, and you're like, crap, I'm not going to be able to do this forever. So yeah, I think there's a very good chance we'll be there. Okay. Pikemen, Teutonic Knights. Yo! The thing is Yellow knows Teutons. Blue doesn't know Khmer. Blue knows, okay, there's a lot of things. Let's click them all. But I don't think Blue is playing towards the Khmer bonuses all that much here. Like, when's the last time you've seen Khmer longswordsmen? I'm really excited for this attack, though. I'm hoping it does something. So the Rams would have to be upgraded, I think. We've got 34 Knights, 34 Pikemen, some Teutonic Knights, and Yellow's actually going to make Trebs here. Blue knows all about that market, as did Yellow, too. I think they both sold stuff at the market, yeah. getting as much gold income there as possible. Yeah, exactly, Fire Nitro. Any reason I have against not going when it comes to like the flight time is that that's always going to be the case, right? Unless I move there and live there, which I don't think will ever happen. That still would mean I'd have to, you know, fly there, so. Little bit of everything is Blue's approach. And so here's the thing about the little bit of everything approach. That means a third of your army is generally going to be ineffective. If you're just guessing and you're not committing all your upgrades and all your resources towards one thing, very good chance that a certain percentage of your your military is just going to be ineffective. Yellow is getting coinage, guys. Okay, I've got to make a video about this, but I'll hit this so Hardy can use this later on. So Yellow's researching coinage because he's low on gold. Thinking, oh my god, that's going to give me gold. That's going to help me get gold. No, it doesn't. It's a bait. It's a bait for so many noobs. Thousands of noobs have clicked it. So many people think it helps. That reduces the tax when you send resources to an ally, but this is a 1v1. Look at Yellow, by the way. I'm going to take out the market over here with Teutonic Knights, and sneaking in over here with some units, as Blue is also trying to sneak over here with some units. This is going to get really wild. There's actually nothing over here for Yellow to find yet. And Blue seems to be reacting to that army, but not this army. So the stealthy Teutonic Knight raid, everyone knows this happens. That's working out quite well over here for Yellow. And the town bell's been rung. Now, the town bell with Khmer is really unique. Because villagers, when the town bell is rung, will hop into any building they can. The Khmer villagers can hop inside of houses, too. So that's precisely what's happened here. So this looks bad for Blue right now, but Blue will clear up the houses. And Blue has this attack. Shh. Go kill the enemy. You can do it. Meanwhile, Yellow's destroying. Elite Battle Elephant helps a lot, though. Go kill the... Choo choo. The slowest attack ever. Come on. Not upgraded either. These are Castellate Drams, no Cap Drams, which makes me very sad. Also, the Cavalier not doing too bad, like I said. Blue's got some big problems there. So Blue's probably just looking at this right now. Yellow probably isn't looking at home at all, though. Yellow's probably just watching the fight. Also, Yellow's Trebs here. They might go down to crossbows. Hey, Yellow clicks Crenellations. This is a base trade and a half, guys. Crenellations is a good upgrade for Teuton castles. I'm not saying it's bad. It gives a lot of extra range. God, Blue! You're fighting with Castle Age units! If only you had imp units. And imp upgrades here. It's actually not horrible what's happening here. The castle went down there, which is sad. Oh, man. Okay, Yellow's fighting back with Vills. Yellow's not really making a lot of army to deal with this. Remember, Yellow is low on gold. So Yellow doesn't really have the gold income to make any more many more Cavalier. What is happening? What is happening here? This is why Yellow made 8 town centers, though, guys. So if he loses 4 or 5 of them, there's still TCs out there. What in the world? They're both so frozen and so stuck and so confused on what to do. The double GG. Yeah, there might be a double GG. I don't know, man. Blue could take out this castle, too. Blue just needs a little bit of army support because Yellow is going to make 2 elite Teutonic Knights. Those 2 elite Teutonic Knights are the key. Can that castle be saved? It's got a lot of HP because of upgrades. Wow. Actually, the castle will probably be saved. The Teutonic Knights will take out the Rams faster than the Rams can take out the castle. If the Treb's here, it's different. But only having Castle Age Rams was such a big mistake here for Mecha. If only he would have... I was going to say Maida. It's going to be a name joke. Anyways, it's fine. 90 population right now versus 78. Cavalier now on the way for yellow. Yellow's got a lot more in queue as well. The castle is going to be so close to going down here. Okay, it needs 3 volleys from the Trebs. 3 volleys should be possible. So, all in all, Blue has taken out 2 castles. He's taken out, like, 3 town centers. Blue's villagers are back to work. Temporarily, anyways. Can we get a... These guys are probably, like, wanting a timeout, you know? Can we have some time to build our base back up? Still no loom for Blue, too, by the way. But it does feel like this game will go on for a little bit longer, doesn't it? Blue's not dead yet. If Blue just made some army here, Blue could deal with Yellow's cav and kind of be back in business with the villagers that are over here. Yellow's base is starting to look like the middle. Yeah, it really is. Blue, save your Ville, 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 save your Villes. Oh. Well, that hurts. Now, for those that have been following this game, you probably know that Blue is looking over to his favorite spot, which is this. Yep, Blue loves this area so much. Is addicted to this spot. Unfortunately, that's not where the economy is. Yellow's got 73 economy. It's now 33 for Blue. And the Cavalier and the Teutonic Knights are still really strong. And Teutonic Knight's always a great option against any Halbs, too, so... This Viper guy, man, he's pretty good at the game. Oh, look at this! We've got a new TC. You've now got more farms, too. Neither player really creating more vills, so... Whoever has the most villagers right now should be favored. Also, it looks like the monastery went down. Okay. It's just so funny to me when the Khmer ring the town bell to see all the little flags on the houses. You just don't see that with any other civ. I like it a lot. Great job from Yellow to add more farms, fix the economy behind this attack. The Blue is just, he's out of gas right here, guys. There's just no other way to say it. Okay, so I'm trying to think, though, from like an advice standpoint, what I could say for a player like Blue. So, you know, the big issue for Blue is unit comp. Blue didn't know what units to make. If you don't know what units to make, my general tip would be pick like a really good cavalry unit and just commit to it. Just continue to make that and get all the upgrades you can. And then combine that with a ranged unit. That would probably be my advice. Now, there can be some situations where that could be awkward. Some civilizations don't have great cavalry, but you know, you also could pick your civ going into the game and like have an idea of what that civ is good at as well, right? Yellow's now getting banking. Oh boy, Yellow. And now Blue just loves the idea of continuing to attack from this little spot. Still hasn't defended the base yet, as Yellow's streaming Cavan. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna raid with some elephants and some rams. I think it's a fine matchup for Khmer if you go for ballista elephants. I think ballista elephants are really tough for Teutons to stop. At least at this level, right? Oh, man. Blue doesn't look at his own base. He just looks at the attack. Oh, classic. Classic. Watching this, just like, oh, come on. We've got to kill. We've got to kill. We've got to kill. Meanwhile, everything's getting destroyed over here. We've got to kill. We've got to kill. We've got to kill. Yellow's also not looking here. Okay, now Yellow noticed. A slightly better awareness there from Yellow. Yep. Castle will go down. TC will go down. Blue might even call it after this, guys. This is Blue's last hope, last push, last little bit of gold. The TC will likely be saved here. Still, this is before Blue realizes what has happened over here. I like how this guy's too scared to fight, and he's just staying in the shadows. But yes, pain, and more pain here for blue. But, you know, I still like the side attack approach. The side attack approach is pretty freaking cool. Now blue's making more vills? Okay. All right. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I'm going to speed up. I don't know how far ahead they are in the game. But I've done enough games to know that the comeback isn't really possible for blue. But it might take yellow a long while to find where blue's located. 0 relics for yellow could make things complicated because yellow also doesn't have any gold income. Teutons could be awkward in that type of situation, but, I mean, still you've got 78 villagers versus 17. And blue doesn't really seem to pay attention to this anymore. I think blue's just... Okay, well, blue's given up now. But yeah, blue is actually creating villagers in the right side of the map. So I think in the future, if you're going to sneak base blue, maybe just drop a town center over there earlier, because you really like to look there. Khmer have the worst tabs in the game, I think. No, they don't. I think Portuguese do. Portuguese and Tatars do, I think. But I think Portuguese lack squires, as well as lacking... Oh, no, I'm wrong. I think Portuguese lack the final armor, but they don't get squires. And then Tatars they lack the last 2 armor upgrades. I mean, yeah, Khmer halbs aren't great, but still it's halb, right? Oh, Megatrees. True. Okay, let's see what Megatrees does for us. That was kind of a funny game. It was a very boomy game. We got to tell some stories. So for that reason, it was pretty chill.